Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Meesha.
Welcome to another episode of Real Estate with Jeff and Meesha.
All right.
All right, so let's dive into these annual notice of assessments that were dropped into all our mailboxes this past month.
Yeah, and I guess we're both in Fulton County.
Yes.
And so we've received these and been a big topic of conversation in Fulton County.
Yes, I believe you went to a party.
Yeah.
And that's all you talked about.
It was a big topic of conversation. Everybody was incensed because it went up so much, right?
Yes, I know. So if I get a bill like this, which I did, what is the most important? What are the numbers that I'm looking at? Because they're like property ID numbers, the acreage, tax district. What am I looking at?
Well, the first thing you really, and what everybody gets so mad about is the assessed or appraised value, I should say, from the county. Mm-hmm. And so it's called on the line value here, it says 100% appraised value. And so this is what the county is saying our homes are worth.
Yeah.
And so everybody looks at that number, and sometimes that can jump up a lot. And I think what we didn't we find a couple of examples from a neighborhood in Fulton County?
Yeah.
And the home prices.
Similar.
Yep. Absolutely.
Very in terms of price. Size, in terms of layout, in terms of, and the assessed value for some reason, which is very hard to find, was similar because, they go up and down based on how the tax guy is feeling that day.
Yeah, but it's right. But they were in the same neighborhood. And so because of that, they were very similar in value. But the thing that we're kind of examining today and going to talk about is the big difference between these two examples. One guy had a homestead exemption filed. That means they're an owner-occupant of the home. The other guy is an investor, and so he doesn't get a homestead exemption. We'll talk about what a homestead exemption is and what it does for you.
Perfect.
There's a big difference on the outcome.
Sounds good. So in terms of taxes, do you think the taxes, well, I know I should know this, but I'm, for the sake of our listeners, I'm going to ask you these questions. Is like, so someone with no homestead exemption will have a higher tax bill versus someone with a homestead exemption?
That's absolutely correct. So what a homestead exemption is simply is you have to apply for it and we're going to be talking about Fulton County, but all the counties here in Metro Atlanta have some form of homestead exemption. It's worth different amounts in different counties.
Yeah.
But the process is the same. And so if you lived in your home as of January 1st of a calendar year, then you have to file for your homestead exemption by April 1st of that year. There's just a few requirements. You have to be a legal Georgia resident. You can't have more than one filing, so you can't have 3 homes with a homestead exemption, just the one you're living in. And you need to have your car registered to that address. Then you qualify for this. And so what you need to do is just one time you have to register with the county and give them notification that this is your homestead, for instance.
Perfect.
And then from that time on, as long as you don't change the title of your house, like put it in a trust or take a person off, you will keep that. You only have to file it one time. And it's free to file. Very easy thing to do.
Fantastic.
Yep.
So in our examples, let's say example A is the investor and example B is the guy who has a homestead exemption.
Okay.
The taxes for, in example A is $7,300, and the taxes for example B is $6,000, right? So with the new 2025 tax bill that came up, what difference will we see in the two tax bills?
Yep. So the investor in your example A, his appraised value from the county's eyes went up 23.8%.
Okay.
So his tax bill is going to go up that much.
Just straight.
Like if he had, it's not, but if it was $10,000, his would go up $2,380 just in that 1 year.
Oh, wow.
And so he's not going to be very happy. The homeowner, your example B, who has the homestead exemption filed, the nice thing about them, his value went up almost 20.2%. So almost the same. The other guy was 23. This is 20. That's just variations. That's not because of the homestead exemption. But the nice thing is his tax bill doesn't go up 20%. There is a feature of the homestead exemption, which is called the floating homestead exemption. And that law says that a resident who has that exemption in place, his tax bill can't go up more than 3% or CPI, whichever is lower in a given year. CPI stands for Consumer Price Index.
Yeah.
So even though his assessed value, appraised value went up 20%, his taxes are only he's going to be paying taxes only on an increased amount of 3.4%. Okay. Now, why is that bigger than 3% when the law says, that's the max? That I'm going to find out when I go down there myself. But anyway, it's basically 3%. Yeah.
So ceteris paribus, that's a word that I know in economics, all things remaining the same. If we were to continue with the same example, this guy who was the investor would double his taxes in about 5 years, right? 20%, 20%, or maybe even in 4 years.
Yeah, well, we don't know whether it'll go up every year because sometimes it doesn't go up much.
Yeah.
But we can just look. I guess this guy's tax bill was like $7,200, and if it goes up 20% on $7,000, that's almost $1,500.
Yeah. But 20%, 23%
yeah, so
every
his
year.
bill is going to be going up $1,500 in this year, and so it's going to be getting close to $9,000. Now the other one example we have, it was at $6,000. But it's only going to go up 3%.
Okay.
So that's going to go up like $200 in that year.
Perfect.
Much better. So
Yeah,
the one guy gets a $1,500 increase because he does not have a homestead exemption. The other person is protected and is only going to have a $200
So
increase.
in 5 years, the example B, the taxes might go up 15%, all things remaining the same. And example A with the investor, who double his taxes in 5 years. Yeah.
He has no protection. He's just at the mercy of what the market is doing.
Yeah.
We have another feature though it's not a feature. We have another problem with our county that we can't do anything about. The homestead exemption only protects you from the value of your property rising. Fulton County this year is also going to be increasing their millage rate, I heard, by 12%, which is a pretty big increase because most years lately they haven't increased it at all.
Yeah.
And this year they just decide they want some more money.
So even if you have homestead exemption, your taxes.
Yeah, they are going to go up right. They are going to go up maybe 12% and a few percentage points more because of the rise in value. So our taxes are going to probably go up 12-15% this year.
Okay. So what if I want to reject my tax bill and I'm like, I don't want this tax bill? Can I appeal?
Well, you can appeal. Okay. Now, the real question is, can you win?
All right, yes.
You definitely can appeal. And so I think the application deadline for the appeal is August 1st of this year. So we don't have much time, and we're recording this here a couple weeks out from that.
Yeah, so chop.
So, yeah, we have to get on that. So the process would be, first thing you would look at is what the county says your appraised value is. And if they say your number, let's say they say your home is worth $700,000, you would then look around your neighborhood and say, well, is that about right? And if all the homes in around you have been selling for $800,000 or $900,000, there's nothing to appeal, But there are cases where they make errors, and so let's say they say your home is worth $700,000, but everything around you has been selling for $500,000 or $550,000.
Yeah.
Now you do have a case, and so then you'd want to go to apply at FultonAssessors.org. There's an online portal that you can go, and you can either do that or you can fill it out by hand and mail it in. And so it's a pretty simple process, and I've done it before myself.
Perfect. So go to the FultonAssessor.org and appeal and talk to your realtor friend, go look at Zillow, see what houses around you are selling for.
You do need to bring some real data. You can't just go there and say, hey, I don't like this. I feel I'd like this. No, I mean, when I did that process, I printed out the homes, what they sold for, and they have to have sold in that calendar year.
Yeah.
And if it shows a pattern that it's lower than what the county says, they were very friendly down there, frankly. And it was a process where I just did it, and they changed it on the spot.
Maybe you should offer these services to our viewers and our listeners.
I don't know if I want to go down that road, but we're happy to provide help.
Yes, absolutely. So call us if you have any questions about your tax bill or if you need help appealing. And that was, I think, a very informative session, Jeff.
Yeah, and if we're going to wrap it up so people know, if you qualify for homestead exemption, please go file it and make sure that it's in place, because it will save you a lot of money over the years.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, great to talk to you, Meesha. Let's look forward to the next time, huh?
Next time, sir.